Bismillah. Okay, I've done a little. I think I talked a couple of videos ago about marriage and how I think it was called, and from there I said certain viewpoints, what I believe makes a productive relationship, a healthy relationship. Some of them comments have provoked people's questions and people's remarks, and which is great because it gets people talking, it gets people thinking. But I think it's only fair at this minute that I sort of clarify and go into a little bit more depth and open up what I said, and so we can get a little bit, people can understand what. It's very hard to put everything out there in one video. But before I do that, okay, I want people to just to be sure about me is that I'm obviously no scholar of the religion. I've been a Muslim 24, 25 years, okay. I'm 51 years old, young. So I'm probably older than most of you watching this. So that's another reason. And I'm not a qualified psychiatrist, psychologist, or relationship therapist or anything like that. I'm just a bloke that's lived, been around, lived, and is trying to just pass on from the mistakes that I've made and things that I've learned. That's it. Don't take me for more than that, okay? Now, that being said, let's just jump straight in. This is going to take all night. Let's start with I'm going to bust this up into three or four videos, okay? So I'm going to start with the first one is communication in a relationship. There is no relationship without communication, period. Not your husband, not your wife, not your family, not your friends, not your community, not your work colleagues, nothing. If you are not communicating with that person or peoples, you don't have any relationship of any description with anybody, okay? So keeping it now, restraining it just to the husband and wife thing, okay? The reason why Muslims get married, as we know, is to complete 50% of their deen, their religion, and to become, hopefully, better Muslims and closer to Allah, to God, okay? You can't do either of those things if you're not talking to each other, okay? So you can't learn religion together, you can't do nothing if you don't talk, okay? So it's absolutely vital from every level and every layer, okay? So over the years, I get some Muslim brothers that I know, they'll come up and they'll see me, and some non-Muslim men, I mean, believe it or not, I speak to all sorts, and they'll confide in you. They'll ask advice, as men do. I'm sure women do the same, okay? So they'll come up and they'll say, bruv, I'm not getting on with the missus. It's just not happening. It's just not feeling it. And they're talking about divorce and moving on and getting tired and fed up and all that. I said, stop. When was the last time? And they'll say things again, even in the bedroom department, things have stopped. Things are, not moving along, not happening. I said, stop. Before we go there, right? When was the last time you come home from work, you made your missus a cup of tea, cup of coffee, sat down and asked her how her day was? What did she do? How was she? What's going on? Shared some time with her. Spent some time just talking to her. When was the last time you did that? Now, I know by the look on their face that they haven't done it before they even opened their mouth, okay? But I know that anyway. So I said, go home next time. Try this. Go home next time, give your missus a kiss on the cheek, a slap on the ass, make her a nice cup of tea, cup of coffee, sit down and talk to her about her day. Even if she hasn't done anything interesting, maybe she's been at home all day looking after the kids, and maybe she's been at work herself and she's tired. Okay, maybe nothing interesting has happened in your day. It's not the point. The point is that you're sharing time. The woman wants to feel like you are sharing time with her. You are involved in her life, and she's involved in your life, and you're living together. Women especially, this is important for them. I said, if you do that, you're going to get lucky that night. I promise. Guaranteed. 2, 3, whatever days later, we touch base again. Yeah, bruv, you're right. That's the importance of communication. See, to women, the intimacy of sex is about the exchange of energy, the exchange of feelings, the exchange of love. That's what women feel when they want to have sex with them. That's what the women arouses the woman. That's what gets the woman, sort of in the mood. With men, it's a little bit more physical, a little bit more primal. But with women, if you talk, you share, you involve, you bring that energy to her, that side of the relationship will naturally happen. It will naturally flow. It's when you stop talking and you just think you're going to go to bed and 2 or 3 times a week it's going to happen as usual. It doesn't work for the woman that way. She's not stimulated. She's not involved. She's not connected to you that way. So you must talk. Sit down and talk to her. Know what's going on in her life, even if it's boring. which it probably will be for most of us. We all live boring lives mostly, innit? So conversation, talk, communicate, absolutely vital. Can't stress enough that from small tiny problems, if you don't talk about them regularly all the time, that seed of a small tiny problem will grow and grow and grow into this massive tree with all branches of other problems on it, from this little problem that if you talk regularly would have just been cut off at the roots. That's from talking. That's all it is. You don't need to have deep, meaningful conversations every day of your life. Not every conversation you're going to have with your wife or your husband is going to be so deep you have to jump in a submarine and get down there. Some of them are just general talk. Okay, so find a way of talking and communicating and practice it. You know, if you're not used to it, get used to it. Practice it, start it. You know, find stuff to talk about. If someone was to ask me what's the thing you miss most about being married, I would say talking to someone. That's the first. You know, it's no, bruv, you should miss the sex, you should miss the this, miss that. Talking. The first thing. Because from the conversation stops, the relationship stops. It's period. Every other problem you have after that, whatever way you drift or whatever how you drift apart, whatever ideas you start having separately to each other, and all come from you stop communicating and stop talking. So the first video, if I could advise anybody from my own mistakes, talk to your wife. Girls, talk to your husband. Okay? Share time with each other. That's enough for one video. People, thanks for listening. Knowledge beats ignorance, love beats hate. Peace.